spending documents, your cash documents, to pay the fees via the funding tab. Everything happens in the Ardent Student Portal. Okay. In the Cash Shield portal, only recording your pre-CAS interview happens. Okay. So please understand the difference. And you will have access to both the portals in your registered email ID. So which is your registered email ID? The email ID which your agent uses to, which your agent entered in the application form. Okay. That will be in all our records. Okay. So once you get invited, you can log in into the Cashier portal and record your pre-CAS interview. And once you pass, okay, this is a mandatory step. Okay, only if you pass, you can proceed with the admission process. Okay, if you have any conditions pending, you will get a conditional offer. The conditions can be like your proof of English or anything like your transcripts or your degree, or they want some work references, something like documents like this. So once you submit all your conditions, you'll get an unconditional letter. Once you get your unconditional letter, you can make your cash deposit. Okay. Once you make your cash deposit, you can also submit your cash documents. Cash documents is your financial evidence documents that is the proof of funds that you need to show mm, to the Arden University to prove that you have enough funds to for your tuition fees and your living cost in the UK. So once they verified your deposit and you verified their cash documents, you will receive your cash letter and then you can go for your visa. Okay. Students from certain regions will be asked to give another credibility interview directly to one of our compliance team members. This is because they just want to avoid any risk, okay, any visa refusal risk, which is better for you and for the university. Okay. If they feel this is completely indiscretion of the compliance team from the university, if they feel that they need to interview you before releasing the CAS, they will. Okay. So there is a chance of getting another final credibility interview with one of our compliance team member, which will be a face-to-face interview via online. Okay, so this is your process. So once you get your CAS letter, you can go for your application of your student visa. Okay, so what is this pre-CAS interview? I told you this is recorded online via the CAS Shield portal. This is used to assess your genuine study intentions, to test your understanding of your choice of university, choice of country, choice of course, to understand your future plans, your career plans, and also to check your financials, that if you have enough funds for the living and tuition cost once you're there in the UK. And also, it is prepared according to all UKVI standards. Okay, what is the UK embassy standards? So how the PCI process works? Like I said, you will be invited in your registered email ID. You have to go and search for this email. You have to search for Welcome to Cash Shield email. Okay, so this is the email. Once you click this, you can see a blue button to ask you to log in into the portal where you create your password for the first time and then log in. So once you log in, you'll be asked to fill in some details like your name, email ID, etc., and then upload your passport and then record your interview. So these are the three steps in the Cash Shield portal, and you do only these three steps. You don't do anything, okay? Like uploading your financial documents. All these things do not happen in the Cash Shield portal. It happens in your Arden student portal, okay? So once you have recorded your interview, the compliance team will check and review your interview, okay? That's why the result takes 5 working days. Okay. So what the compliance team assesses, they will look at your academic progression, like what course have you completed, have you got enough grades, and if you have any study gaps, what is your previous education about? Is the course that you have chosen now, is it relevant to your previous education? Your study intentions. Why are you choosing UK? Why are you choosing Arden University? Have you chosen, is your career plan clear? Do you have an idea about your career plan? Your financial readiness, like I said, if you have do you if you have enough funds for your tuition fees and living cost in the UK, how's your English communication? Like, are you able to answer, like explain your study intention clearly? And also, are you able to understand what is being asked? So one thing you have to remember is when they ask you to research and prepare about areas like why did you choose UK to study or why you choose Arden University to study, please remember in the interview it's not going to be asked directly. They're not going to ask directly why did you choose Arden or why did you choose UK. The questions will be reframed. Okay, they can ask you like, what research did you do about Arden University that made Arden University stand best among the university that you researched? Or as a student point of view, how will studying in the UK benefit you? So the questions will be refaced. So unless and until you do enough research, you're not going to understand what they're asking. Okay, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. And consistency with documents, like they'll check if whether the answers that you're giving is consistent with the documents that you have submitted, like your financial documents, your education documents, etc. And your career goals, like what is your short-term goal, what is your long-term goal, is the course relevant to your career that you want to pursue, etc. So this is the six core preparation areas, which is why you want to study in the UK, why you want to choose Arden University, what course you have chosen and why this course, the knowledge about the course and the modules being taught. It can be the course duration, the course modules, how the course is being assessed, and career plans, like I said, short-term goal, long-term goal, your finance and your accommodation. Okay, so we look at the areas one by one. Suppose why study in the UK? See, like I said, I've seen so many of you just taking a screenshot of the slide. And when I take mock interviews, you just say, why did you choose to study in the UK? You're saying globally recognized qualifications, high academic standards, industry focused learning. But you are not actually explaining what do these mean and how these reasons will actually help you personally in your career. Okay. So please don't give memorized answers. You will definitely fail if you give memorized answers. Okay. So if you're being asked why did you choose study in the UK, even if you're saying globally recognized qualification, what does that mean? Okay. So if you have to ask me, I'll talk about yes, having a globally recognized degree is important because once I complete my education in the UK, the degree has to be valued all around the globe. So there's good job prospects for me. Okay. And I also know that UK has highly accredited programs. Okay. So that means the curriculum which I have learned in the UK will be relevant all over the globe. Okay, this is the meaning of globally recognized qualification. So if you go on about saying, why did you study in the UK? Globally recognized qualifications, high academic standards, industry focused learning, they will not pass you because you are not explaining. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. High academic standards, industry focused learning. Now, what is industry focused learning? It means the curriculum which is being taught is will help you prepare yourself to become an industry ready graduate, because the challenges, what is being taught is everything is practical, which what you will face later in your job environment. Okay, so it is important that your coursework, your assessment is similar to the industry. Okay, international learning environment. Your professors, your peers will all be international because it's a multicultural environment. So you'll have a lot of exposure, etc. And supports long-term career goals. Like I said, because it is accredited, UK has a lot of opportunities for you to start your short-term goal, and it can help you transition into your long-term career goal like this. So when you say these things, you have to explain, and you have to explain how you can relate to it. Okay, why Arden University? Talk about flexible teaching model, blended way of learning, meaning you will have both offline classes and online modules to be completed. Okay. So how this will help you? This extra time that you get, right? After completing your offline classes, you actually utilize in some internships or training or employer visits, attend some guest lectures, work on your resumes, or attend some mock interviews, etc., etc. Okay, career focused programs. So if you look at the programs which is being provided by Arden University, which is the courses are the ones which is in demand in the job industry also, like cybersecurity analyst, or it can be human resource managers, etc. Okay, so it's a very focused program. It's very relevant to the current job market demands. Okay. Student support services. So Arden has support services in terms of, like I said, if you want to do an internship or training, or how to prepare your resume according to international standards, or giving you access to some mock job interviews, online fairs, etc. Okay. Industry relevant curriculum we already spoke about. And accessible campuses, because Arden University is located in top tier cities. For international students, we have opened Manchester and London. Okay. So, by your course, please mention what course you are choosing. Please link it to your previous education, what you studied, and what you are going to study now, and how studying this course will actually help your career. Okay. And know about your course, like how long is the course, or how are you going to be assessed, why are you doing this course now, and explain what are the job prospects for this. With this course, how you plan your short-term career plan and long-term career plan. Okay. So course knowledge and modules. So in our website, we have mentioned the modules being taught in the course. So please go through it. Please try to understand at least 2 to 3 modules, and try to explain any one module which you can relate to. Like try to define the module. Try to explain how these modules, like learning this module, will actually help you in your career once you graduate. Okay. So research official course page. So in our website, we do have sections about the course and the modules. So please go through the modules of the course that you are choosing to study, and try to explain at least any one favorite module. Okay. So like I said, for example, if I used to explain previously with an example. Okay. So, if you pick our popular course, MSc International Business Management, we have a module being taught in that, which is digital transformation and innovation. Okay. So basically, try to, if you're picking that module, you can try to define the module, like what is actually digital transformation and innovation. And secondly, you can explain how industries use these digital tools like AI or data-driven decision to effectively increase their customer experience, etc. And third, you can say as a manager, it is important that you learn this, to later support you in your job. So try to explain any one module taught in your course. So career plans, again, clearly explain once you graduate what you will do, okay, and how that will help to transition into your long-term goal, and how this course and how UK or how Arden University and how this course will actually help you achieve your career goal. Okay. And be realistic about your plans. Don't say, as soon as I graduate, I'm going to go work for a multinational company and I'm going to get so much money, etc. Don't. So actually do some research about the market. Like for the course that you're applying, what are the job prospects? Okay. Where can you start? How you have to start? And how you can transition into your long-term career path. Okay. So please be very clear about your career plan. Finance and sponsorship. So when you're talking about your financial plan, you have to explain who's your sponsor, what is the relationship with your sponsor, and what is their occupation, what is their annual income in pounds, okay, and what is your tuition fee. After the scholarship, how much tuition fee you have to pay, and what is the total cost? The total cost will be your tuition fees but plus your living cost. So totally how much cost you need. And for this cost, how much funds is being given to you by your sponsor? And how is this fund available? Is it in your personal account or is it a loan or it's in your sponsor account, etc. Okay, so you have to explain all this very clearly. If you say, yeah, my father is my sponsor, is giving me 20,000 pounds, this is enough for me, they will fail you. Okay, you have to explain. So my sponsor is my father. He has so and so business. So approximately he makes so much pounds per annum. My tuition fees is, let for example, 12,000 pounds. And I'm going to pay cash deposit of 7,000 pounds. And after that, the leftover fees will be 5,000 pounds plus my living cost will be approximately 10,000 pounds. For this 15 to 20,000 pounds total cost, my father is giving me 25,000 pounds, which is available in my personal account, which will be sufficient for my tuition fees and living expenses. So, as and when required, I will be able to produce a proof of this to Arden University and to the UK Embassy. Like this, you have to explain. Okay. So for that, you need to have a clear idea about your financials. So accommodation planning, know your campus location, like in Manchester or in London, where is the university actually located? And what are the accommodation options available in that city? And please research the options available. What is the cost per month? And have three, four options. And try to explain how you did this research. How do you search? Okay. And also have an idea how do you plan to commute from your accommodation to the university. Okay. Immigration history and common failure reason. So if you're being asked about your previous visa refusal, please declare it. Please mention what is the country, what visa type, and why you think you got the refusal. Okay. Please do not hide it. Please disclose any visa refusals, any previous visa refusals. Explain any study gap. Okay. If suppose you've completed your bachelor's, you've taken 2, 3 years to work, and then now you're applying for your master's, and explain like you should try to justify the study gap. Okay. Uh, Justify same level study. If you're applying for a second master's, you should be able to explain why you are applying or why you are doing the second master's now, and how this course will actually add value in your career. And very important thing, please avoid general answers. Okay. Like I explained at the start, if everyone keeps saying, why did you choose UK? Globally recognized degrees, industry relevant curriculum, international exposure, that is not the way. If you're saying this, explain what it means and it will, how you will relate it to your career. Okay. And don't read from notes. Even if the notes is prepared by yourself and you've opened it somewhere, if you keep reading it, they will reject you with a, like with that reason, and you will not even get another chance. Okay. So once the AI goes through your recording, if they find out if you're lip syncing or lip reading, it will reject you outright because they'll not even look at your recording. Okay, so please don't read from notes. Okay, please look at the camera and confidently explain. how to build strong answers, research, rehearse, and relax. So only if you do enough research about the six core preparation areas, you will be able to answer questions reframed in any way. Like I said, they're not going to directly ask you, why did you choose UK or why did you choose Arden? They can ask you, did you do any comparison of other universities, or was UK your first choice? Did you consider any other country before choosing UK? Same thing for Arden. What are the universities that you researched? And out of that, why did you choose Arden? There'll be questions like that. So you should be able to understand what is being asked and answer. Okay. So support your answers with your own academic background, link responses to your future goals, okay, and avoid memorizing scripts. So, like from the one or two mock interviews that I've done, I'm seeing students like completely memorizing answers and just blurting it out. They will definitely fail you if you're not able to understand your intention. If you're not able to explain in your own words, they will fail you. Okay, so please don't memorize any script. Very plainly, like try to understand your intention of choosing UK and Arden University, and just try to explain that in your own way. That is all they're asking for. They're not asking for high, complicated vocabulary, etc. They're asking your idea, your intention. Okay. So weak versus strong answers, like I said, please avoid generic responses. Explain your choices with evidence. So mention relevant modules and career goals. Like suppose, like I said, like you're choosing international business management to study, and the modules, for example, digital transformation and innovation. So in this era, in this digital era, knowing how industries accommodate to digital tools is very important. Okay, because you want to be updated, right? So you can give examples of modules, how it will help you in your career. Be confident but natural, and demonstrate that you've done good research, okay, about your choice of country, your choice of university, your course, etc. So technical recording guidance. Use a stable internet connection. Please check your internet before recording. Check your camera, your microphone. Choose a quiet, well-lit room and look at the camera while speaking. Please do not look up, down, side. Just look at the camera and try to explain your own words and complete the interview in one sitting. Okay? So what happens after the pre-CAS interview? So like I said, the interview will be reviewed by the compliance team. If you have any conditions pending, you'll get a conditional letter. If you have no conditions pending, you'll get an unconditional letter. So once you get your unconditional letter, you can go ahead and pay the cash deposit if you are not required to take another credibility interview. If the team feels, if the compliance team asks you to take a credibility interview, you will have to complete that interview also and pass it, and then you can go ahead with your cash deposit and submitting the cash documents. Okay. So cash preparation will begin after all conditions are met. Okay. And your cash will be released. So top five takeaways: prepare thoroughly, know your course and finances, be honest and consistent, answer naturally, and research before recording. So few of the frequently asked questions here: is the PCI same as the UKVR interview? No, it is different. Can I read from notes? Absolutely no, you cannot read from notes. If you have a visa refusal, yes, you must declare it. Whom you can contact your agent or the conversion team. Okay. So key dates, of course, the PCAS interview deadline is extended. It is now August 3rd. Okay. Please note, right now the extended deadline to record your PCAS interview is August 3rd. Okay. An early bird discount is 10th August, and final cash issuance date is 15th August. So this is my email ID. So please note down my email ID. If you have any queries regarding your PCAS interview, you can please email me. But while you are emailing me, please you send your student ID. Without your student ID, we will not be able to check your application